Now, people may think that smart cities are just a far-fetched idea right now, and that we are decades away from implementing these ideas, but quite contrary actually, thanks to a widely and growing company and foundation known as Innovative Internet of Things, many are already active and expanding rapidly actually. Any further, you need to know what is a smart city. A smart city can be considered as a framework predominantly composed of information and communication technologies, or short ICT, to develop, deploy, and promote sustainable development practices to address growing urbanization challenges. A big part of ICT, or information and communication technologies, framework is essentially an intelligent network of connected objects and machines that transmit data using wireless technology and the cloud. Cloud-based IoT applications receive, analyze, and manage data in real time to help municipalities and enterprises, as well as citizens, make better decisions that improve quality of life. Engage with smart city ecosystems in various ways using smartphones and mobile devices, and sometimes even connected cars and homes. Pairing devices and data with a city's physical infrastructure and services can cut costs and improve sustainability. Communities can improve energy distribution, streamline trash collection, decrease traffic congestion, and even improve air quality with help from IoT. Now, some people might be very comfortable wherever they are, and you're thinking, why do we need smart cities? So, there is currently a non-ending phenomenon of urbanization. Today, 54% of people worldwide live in cities, a proportion that is expected to reach 66% by 2050. Combined with the overall population growth, urbanization will add another 2.5 billion people to cities over the next 3 decades. Environmental, social, and economic stability is a must to keep pace with this rapid expansion that is taxing our cities' resources. 193 countries have agreed upon the agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals in September 2015 at the United Nations. But we all know how central decisions and actions can take time, and the clock is ticking. The good news, citizens and local authorities are certainly more capable now to launch swift initiatives, and smart city technology is paramount to success and meeting these goals.
Definition of terms used in this presentation: SMART. The word SMART is actually an acronym for Self-Monitoring Analysis and Reporting Technology that allows us to bring inanimate objects to life in order to make life easier for humans. Smart City. It uses information and communication technologies to increase operational efficiency, share information with the public, and improve both the quality of government services and citizen welfare. Next, we have electrical supply. An electrical power supply is a device that provides the energy needed by electrical or electronics equipment. Waste management refers to the various schemes and strategies used to manage and dispose of waste in the most appropriate way possible that is beneficial to both the environment and mankind. Then we have security. In this context, security is used in the form of technology to secure an area, for example the city, to make it more safe for its citizens. Then we have robust. Robust is the ability of a computer system to cope with errors during execution and cope with erroneous input.
Efficient electricity supply. The electricity supplied to the smart city should be endless in a way. Basically, what this means is that the electricity must be there all the time. It has to be there all the time. It must be present and flowing because you can't have a smart city without electricity. Electronics run on electricity. Electricity is like blood in the human body. They need electricity to work. The electricity produced must be reliable and of high quality, depending on who or what the consumer of the electricity is. For example, medical facilities should be given top priority and have a backup fully operational generator. So basically, if it's a hospital and a power outage command and they're operating on somebody, that person could possibly die due to the power outage or the doctor not seeing what he's doing or the surgeon not seeing what they're doing inside the body. So the hospital needs to always have a constant supply of electricity for using its MRI scan, its CT scan, or whatever it needs to do. Additionally, the equipment and the means of electricity production must be the most modern version. This means that the equipment in the power plant that we using to make power, whatever it is, whether it's a steam power plant using the boilers, the condensers, the turbines, whatever it is, it must be the most modern and it must be up to date. It must be well, it must not be damaged. And the people that handle them must know what they know and learn during the training at whatever university they went to operate it. They must know this knowledge at their fingertips. Electricity is used for a lot of things in our world. Challenges of low electricity. Low budget. Low budget doesn't help to support the maintenance of a power plant, much less modernizing or deciding to make another one. If your budget is low, you don't have the funds to get a new turbine, to get a new condenser. You got to stick with the old one. Problems could happen. It could malfunction, or worse, somebody could die. And so, if you got to build another power plant for your city, you don't have the funds. That is another issue as well. There's another the whole set of problems. Natural disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes, they disrupt power lines. They disrupt power lines. They break connections, and so on. Natural disasters will literally derail everything. They will destroy everything that you have probably spent a lot of money and invested in. Another issue is modernization. Like I said before, modernizing, even if you have the funds to do it, it is not easy. It is very difficult. It is time consuming. It requires a lot of calculation and a lot of training. How to do modernization could take a long time, like 2 weeks, 4 weeks plus. Modernization is also difficult. Like, for example, if you got to take off a whole turbine out of the plant and then carry it out and bring in a new one, a turbine is a very heavy machine. Those are gonna have to be done manually. With it can't be. It's gonna have to be done manually by engineers planning on how to disconnect this turbine without tripping anything or making the plant explode. And then they're gonna have to have a new one right there to replace in order to modernize it. And if anything goes wrong in this step, as seen from experience, a lot of problems can happen. Training. Training to be an electrical engineer is no easy thing. For example, the training is so difficult that many prefer not to go down this route there. The least number of engineers in this on the planet is probably electrical engineers because the training is very expensive. It is very time consuming. And it is also one of the most difficult field of engineering to be in. Another issue with for power plants is that they don't have enough employment to maintain the power plant. Like I said, this comes back to training, a lack of people not choosing to become electrical engineers.
As we're living in the first quarter of the 21st century, we can all agree that the world is changing drastically from a simple Earth to a more sophisticated and complex Earth. With this modernization, the population in urban areas like cities increase every single hour and every single day. Being humans, we should know that more people in one area is equal to more waste, and more waste is equal to more manpower to get rid of that waste. This is where the advancements of technology comes into play, to ease the confusion and pressure among man. We can implement smart ways of managing waste in the city. The new era of Web and Internet of Things comes in aid to help bring this project alive with the help of sensors and RFIDs, commonly pronounced as RFIDs. In the image, you can see data being collected by the sensors that are in the trash bins, and it's then transmitted to the cloud, where it is accessed by the driver of the truck. So you might be wondering, how does technology help to make a city smarter in the waste management system? A good startup to this project is to utilize artificial intelligence in the form of sensors to collect data. The sensors will be placed in the bin to indicate when the bin needs emptying. This information will be transferred to the collector in that area so they could visit that bin to get rid of the trash. This technology helps to improve planning efficiency and saves time within a garbage company, and in the long run save garbage costs in the city. Another technological approach is by getting smart solar power compact bin across the city. These bins are designed in such a way that they harness energy from sunlight, and they utilize this energy to compact waste in the bin so that it can increase the volume of that bin. According to Dr. Alexander, Atlanta and London already has these technologies and they're using it as of today. We can clearly see in these cities that the trash are well monitored and there isn't a traffic buildup due to a garbage disposal truck in the middle of the day. It saves time, it's efficient, and it also utilizes renewable energy, making it environmental friendly. As we know, nothing is done without some challenges. Some challenges that are faced when developing the normal waste management system to a smarter one are the public misconception. Yes, the public conceptions of things play an important role in the fruitfulness of that project. The older generation folks seems to have in their mind that technology is dangerous, insecure, complicated, and expensive, and it would be hard to maintain. Another challenge is setting up the sensors. While sensors are easy to use, we can't just buy one and place it in a garbage bin and expect it to work. We first need to ensure that there is some form of communication technology between the sensor and us to enable it to function efficiently. Another challenge is the use of the sensor. The sensor sends out signal when the garbage tank is filled. Sometimes when the garbage is placed in these garbage tanks, they're placed in a weird angle that makes the bin half filled. These sensors will still go off, indicating to the collector that the bin is filled when the bin is actually half filled. The implementation of smart waste management system in the city influences society in many ways. It first creates jobs for computer science personnel. It saves the city's cash since it's low-cost system. It raises public awareness about renewable energy and its importance to the environment. It improves street sanitation, and it encourages the city's population to recycle and always take care of the environment.
Now, I'm sure there are people that are going to be overwhelmed by the new smart city technology and smart city applications. I mean, these days we see more and more people migrate into the urban areas to create a better life for themselves. This, of course, places a greater urgency on the government and metropolis to improve public safety and security. However, we do know that the new technology and devices enable urban areas to deploy smarter applications for crime detection and prevention. These applications are crucial to helping the police, medical teams, and first responders make the best decisions possible when dealing with emergency situations. However, with all that said and done, where do you need to begin when figuring out smart city initiatives? So we'll start with video surveillance. Arguably the first thing you need to consider when developing a smart or safe city project is security cameras and surveillance systems. You will require high-definition surveillance cameras that can deliver real-time video around the clock from any place within the city. This is important if you want to effectively monitor, control, and respond to public safety or security situations. There are many high definition and intimate protocol cameras, and they come in all shapes and sizes. For example, you have fixed cameras, which are great for monitoring very specific areas. You also have TPZ cameras, which are tilt or monitoring wider areas. They can be tilted basically. Um, PTZ cameras are also great for zooming in on specific people, objects, or activities. Together with the cameras, you can find some great video applications for facial recognition and anomaly detection. These applications provide useful insights and help authorities react more effectively. So what do we prioritize, or what should you prioritize? Main areas of improvement should be optimization of needed staff, time, equipment, resources, informational resources, and information flow. In every phase, we need to identify possible improvements by asking ourselves these following questions. What improvements can a smart component of this system deliver in order to optimize the amount of staff and time needed to deal with safety-related tasks in this phase of disaster management cycle? What improvements can a smart company of this system deliver in order to optimize the number of equipment needed to deal with safety-related tasks, and what smart equipment can be used in this phase of disaster management cycle to enhance safety? Another question you can ask yourself: what improvements can the smart component of this system deliver in order to optimize expenses for equipment and labor needed to deal with safety-related tasks? How it can be minimized financially and material losses, and what additional financial information and sources are available. Of course, there are challenges in everything that we do. City
Hi
planners and
everyone.
developers
As
and
my
private
colleague would
sectors.
have
What do we
indicated
mean?
in slide 3,
Now,
robust
this is
in
simple.
IT is defined as the
If you didn't
ability
know,
of a computer
there's this thing
system
called
to cope
show
with
done done
errors
model.
during
It is basically a
execution
search
and
engine
coping
for
with
internet connected
erroneous
devices.
inputs.
Anyone can go on this
We
website
found these 4
and
points to be
thousands
major
of
topics that
undetected
focus
devices
on
can be
what robust
detected.
technology can provide in smart cities. Cloud computing.
Centralized smart city
Data is
initiatives
now being
undermine any
transferred or stored
centralized and
mainly through
consistent
cloud
security
technology
network.
these days.
Without a
This has made a
centralized
great
security
impact
network,
on smart
any
city
initiative can
solutions
lead
work
to gaps in
by
security
providing a
policy
network
and
whereby
therefore in a
people
smart
can
city,
communicate easily with
implementation
each
increases
other.
this risk.
Especially in the COVID-19 pandemic, smart cities allow more
Features fail to
interaction
address
with
physical
its
threats to the IT
virtualization
system.
technologies. No
Disease
longer
inheritance in
persons will
power
expense
transmission
themselves
systems.
by traveling to
Pipelines
different
and
regions of a
utilities leave
country
remote
to
locations.
hear from or see their families which they haven't communicated
This
with
can be
in
constantly
years.
overwhelmed
By
with the
just the
high
touch
volume
of a screen, video
data
calls
entry.
can be done, linking
Security
all
teams are
families
just
together
starting to gain
via group
maturity in
chat,
the IT environment for
via
data
group
entry.
calls, sorry.
Classifications and flow mapping
Reusing and
in operator
renewing ways to
technology, there is
create and
incredibly
generate a smart city. With its key purpose to
these are
eliminate waste
necessary
by
to combat
reusing
data-related
technology in a
incidents.
renewable way
The lack of
that will
data
benefit that city
proves that the
to its
data and
utmost
algorithms that
potential.
city
We
functions
have
rely on
technology
continue to
playing the
have
most
been tampered with.
important role in everything, whether it is assisting
Course, there are
seniors in
challenges.
getting
There
immediate
are challenges in
assistance from
everything
their
that we do.
nearest health
City
facility
planners and
by just
developers
pressing
and
their
private
watch
sector
to
initiatives. What do we mean
feces
here?
turning into
Now,
renewable
this is
energy
simple.
to power the
If
entire
you didn't know,
city. No
there's this
doubt,
thing called show
technology
done done
is the
done.
leading
It
way
is
to
basically a
better a
search
smart
engine
city.
for internet connected devices. Anyone
Creating
can go on
technology
this
to
website
mirror
and
other
find
climates.
thousands of
In the
undetected
picture
devices connected
displayed
to
on the
the city
screen,
internet.
you'll see what is considered to be the Garden of the Bay,
Centralized smart city
Singapore.
initiatives undermine any
This is an example
centralized
of
and
why it is
consistent
important to
security
invest
approach.
in robust
Without a
technologies within a
centralized
smart
security
environment.
approach,
The
any
garden
initiative can lead to
focuses
gaps
on
in security
keeping
policy or
with
control in a smart
various
city.
temperatures to ensure that
Implementation increases
natural
this risk.
life of various plants can be kept all year
Security
round.
teams
Plants of
fail to
any
address
climate
physical
can be
threats
grown
to connected system.
at in this one
Disease
centralized
inheritance in
location.
power transmission
Because
systems.
technology adjusts the
Pipelines and
temperature
utilities leave
throughout
remote
the day,
locations.
making the plants feel at home, providing their own greener
This can be
economy
constantly
to
overwhelmed with
assist
high
in the
volumes of data
depreciation in
being
global
collected.
warming
Security
and
teams
a
are just starting to
beautiful
gain
sightseeing
maturity in the
opportunity.
IT environment
This
for data inventory.
has
Classifications and flow
the
mapping. In
best
operator
garden
technology,
in
there
the
is incredibly
entire world, I should say to myself.
teams are necessary
And
to combat
that
data integrity attacks.
brings me to
The lack
our
of
next
data
slide.
to prove that the data and
No,
algorithms that city
this is
functions
no
rely on
joke.
for decision
The
making
blind
haven't been
can
tampered with.
see when it comes to smart city. And that's
Of
thanks
course, there are
to
challenges.
an
There are
app
challenges in
named
everything
Blind
that we do.
Square, whereby
City
it
planners and developers
produces
and
loud
private sector initiatives.
navigations
What do
to
we mean?
people that are blind.
Now,
So as
this
you
is
see
simple.
here in the pictures,
If you didn't know, there's this
there
thing
are
called
blind people
shoulder
with
dot
their
I.
cellular
It basically
devices in their
serves
hand,
YouTube
and
for internet
that
connected devices.
cellular
Anyone
device is
can
sending
go on
out
this
huge
website
sound
and
waves
find
that
thousands of unprotected devices connected to the
provides
computer
hearing
screen.
as to where to go, when to stop,
Anti smart
where
city
to
aims
step,
to undermine a
and
centralized
it's
and
endless.
consistent security approach. Without a centralized security approach, any initiative
Our
aimed to tackle
assignment would
security
not have
policy
been
will fail,
a
or in a smart
success
city,
without these
implementation will face resistance.
references.
CTs fail to address physical threats to connected systems. This is inherent in power transmission systems. Pipelines and utilities leave remote locations exposed. These can be constantly overwhelmed with high volumes of data being collected. Security teams are just starting to gain maturity in the IT environment for data inventory,
And that
classification,
brings
sector
us to an
mapping.
end of our
In operations
presentation.
technology, there
If
is
you have
even
any
further
questions
reach.
for us, please email us at the email provided. Thank you.
Teams are not configured